2021 NFL tiers.
Listen, I know we have literally tens of thousands of people who've never watched this show until Monday. They're the Chris Broussard hive, and so they're very unfamiliar with the NFL tiers. Here's how it works. There's a committee of 7. I am the chairman of the committee, but I am not the only member of the committee. There are 7 of us. We from the night Monday Night Football ends until the wee hours of Wednesday morning, we compile everything. We did that this week. We had a small break. We took a group trip to the U.S. Open, came back and finalized it. Our preseason official NFL tiers, 32-1. Let's reveal them. All right, at the very bottom, you have Expansion 2.0. The last expansion team's expansion team again. Then you have the Actually Dead and the Walking Dead. Those 6 teams, the only thing their fans care about this year is, do we have our quarterback? Is it maybe that we have it right? That's it. Those teams, not that interesting. Let's move on quickly because we have 25 more teams to get to. All right, hey. Frisky but flawed. That's the Cardinals, the Jags. Shout out to the Jags. That right there is the Trevor Lawrence effect. I don't think they're going to be terrible. Frisky but flawed. Denver's got a lot of weapons and defense. Not a good coach, not a good quarterback. The Vikings are fine. The Raiders are fine. Nick, why are the Cardinals there? Why aren't the Cardinals better? Let me introduce you to Cliff Kingsbury. The committee, not a fan of Cliff Kingsbury. All right, now, new and old playoff teams. These 5 teams were in the playoffs last year. The committee says, you're out. Saints. Top-heavy roster, not enough depth. Drew Brees to Jameis, not great. The Colts, season from hell already started. The Steelers started 11-0 and then right down the tubes. Great defense. Roethlisberger's arm shot. Let's be honest, we all saw that playoff game. Washington has no offense. Chicago's starting Andy Dalton. You're all gone. Here's who's new. Cowboys, you're going to win the division. Congratulations. Chargers, that's a Justin Herbert bet. And by the way, you're going to be better in close games because Anthony Lynn, game management, yikes. Falcons, you see the Falcons? That's right. The committee said, who's your sleeper team? Who's your shocking team? Wow. A team that was 0-7, 0-7 in games decided by 6 points or less last year. Kyle Pitts, does he do anything for you? He does a lot for the committee. They're in the playoffs. And then Patriots, Dolphins, fighting for that final AFC wildcard spot. All right, now the cream of the crop. The best 10 teams in football, according to the committee. Oh, my goodness. I have goosebumps just thinking about it. There it is. Zoom in on them. Fringe contenders. These teams could win the Super Bowl, but they're not as good as the other. Baltimore got questioned. We're going to invest in receiver. Unfortunately, they're all hurt. Seattle, we're going to hand the car keys to Russ, and then like when you're teaching your kid to drive, you're going to say, all right, and you know what, actually, I'm taking over. You can't do it. We know Pete Carroll's going to do it. Hey, why can't the Bills, the Titans, or the Ravens be higher? Well, the problem is this. None of them can beat Patrick Mahomes. The Bills had a couple shots last year. Nope. The Titans had a shot in the AFC Championship game. Nope. The Ravens 0-3 can't beat Mahomes. True contenders. That's all NFC teams. These are really, really well put together rosters, top to bottom, offense and defense, Rams, Niners, Bucks. Any of them could win the NFC. Any of them could win the Super Bowl, but they're not as good as the #1 contenders. Green Bay. They've been knocking on that door 2 years in a row. Rodgers, did you hear him? Loves the receiver room. Oh, how about that? Aaron Jones back. Packers defense gelling a bit. And then the Browns. Maybe top to bottom, the best overall roster 1 through 53 in the sport. Plus they get Beckham back. And then, I got to tell you, and you might say, Nick, they didn't win the Super Bowl. I know, but for the 21st consecutive edition of the NFL tiers, at the top of it is the Kansas City Chiefs. We didn't do a postseason tiers. If we did, the Bucs would have gotten there. Unfortunately, we didn't. Sorry, Tampa. Chiefs stay there. 20-0. That's going to be the intrigue for the season. Can the Chiefs go 20-0? We know they have the best quarterback, they have the best coach, they have the best wide receiver, maybe the best tight end, inarguably the best safety, best team in football, 20-0. Broussard, woo! I want you to know something here. If you attack this, you are not just attacking me, you are attacking the committee as a whole. And the committee has asked to remain anonymous because it is so controversial at times, but there might be people very close to you in your lives who are a member of this committee. So let it all wash over you. Your thoughts on the inaugural 2021 committee tiers.
You got me wondering now. All right, here we go. Nick, overall, not bad. This is like going out in the NBA scoring 37 to 40 points. But guess what? I missed the 2 game-winning free throws, so we lose the game. I had a good game, 37 points, but I ruined it because I missed the game-winning free throws. Nick, after only 2 full days on this show, I have concluded one of 2 things. That you or the committee is either secretly a big Tom Brady fan, and you use your strange and disrespectful tiers, pyramids, polls, rankings list to motivate him to more and more greatness, or 2, your life's ambition is to replace Max Kellerman or my odd couple radio partner, Rob Parker, as the biggest Tom Brady hater on the planet. Because, Nick, how in the world? How in the world could you have Tampa Bay on the 3rd tier? I'm from Cleveland. I've been in the dog pound with the Cleveland crazies going wild, and I won't put the Browns ahead of Tampa Bay. And Green Bay, the Green Bay that Tampa Bay beat last year, the Green Bay that lost they still are without David Bakhtiari, arguably the best left tackle in the league on the PUP list. They lost their all-pro center, which, by the way, Aaron Rodgers didn't make a peep about. Strange. Wait, how do you put them ahead of Tampa Bay? I made an indisputable case yesterday, Nick, that Tampa Bay will be better. They will be better. I'll give you the Chiefs. I'm with you on the Chiefs, number 1. Tampa Bay should be ahead of Cleveland on that 2nd tier. They're going to be better, Nick. They got everybody back. They add Gio Bernard as a running back, pass-catching running back. Antonio Brown's all season. O.J. Howard's back. What's not to love? Guys came back to do it again. Come on, Nick.
So here's the thing.
Yes,
sometimes you bring everything back, and yet you're not as good. I will go back to my guy, LeBron James. 2014 Miami Heat. Hey, or 2013 Miami Heat. Win the title, beat the Spurs, bring everyone back. Let's run it back. Why change anything? Very same NBA Finals happened the next year, and the Spurs mopped the floor with them. Because you know what it turned out? They actually needed to improve. Their team was getting a little older, while the other team was hungry, angry about the loss, angry about the defeat. I don't know that this idea of while the entire league is improving, we're just running it back. That makes sense to me if you were 14-2 and you waltzed your way to a championship. Not if you were 11-5 and had a really rocky road through the first 3 rounds of the playoffs until the Super Bowl, where you got to go up against that Bethune-Cookman offensive line and en route to winning the Super Bowl. So listen, there's no disrespect to Tampa. It's none whatsoever, Wilds. That's the 3rd tier.
It is.
There's only 3 teams ahead of them. It's only 3 teams ahead of them. It's not disrespectful. It's not disrespectful. It's proper amount of respect. This is the 2021. We are not going to be, bullied, and we're not going to be just looking in the rearview mirror. The committee looks forward, Wilds. You know this, and it is a projection, and that is the fair and proper projection.
Yes, my friend. I know the committee is always looking forward, as is Ulysses. So good day, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back, Miss Wolf and Mr. Broussard. Greetings to you. And Mr. Wright, I apologize for not making the committee meeting, but me and Ulysses were at the Audubon Society in Greenwich. He had a wonderful play date that we brought back some interesting petitions. He kept on talking about why the Titans deserve to be up, and all the other birds loved it. So for the following reasons, I would like to petition for the Titans to go up to the committee for the following reasons contained henceforth. Reason number 1, underrated Ryan Tannehill. Yes, he had 33 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. They were 4th in points and 2nd in yards per games last year. And guess what? They got better. He had a better pass rating than Russell Wilson. And guess who he got now? Julio Jones. So take your foul, bring him up. Reason number 2, for the committee to ponder. New defense. This team was 11-5 last year. They allowed 27 points per game. They were terrible. So what'd they do? They got better. New defensive coordinator. They added Bud Dupree. He had 8 sacks. That's good news because Tennessee was 30th in pressures and sacks. 3 of their first 4 draft picks were on defense, including Caleb Farley. They thought he was going to be hurt. He's going to be great from Virginia Tech. Shout out to Michael Vick. And finally, the old Belichick protege, Mike Vrabel, who Mr. Broussard wrote an article about decades ago. Mike Vrabel's mind games. Remember, Tennessee was in a little bit of a rut. So what does Vrabel do? Should we come up with a new game plan? No. Let's just break down on the Ravens logo. Harbaugh's like, what are you doing stretching on our logo? How dare you? And Vrabel's like, you know what? Same thing I did to Belichick. I'm in your head with clock manipulation, stretching manipulation. For the following reasons, I believe the Titans should be moved up from kind of contenders to true contenders, my friend. Good day from me and Ulysses.
Thank you. We'll tell Ulysses it's great to see him again. I was worried he had a power line issue, so I'm glad to have him back.